All right, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
First and foremost, before we start this lesson, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachai Kodash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us all this truth and who also rule and teach well. And shalom to all the Achim and this truth and sincerity, starting with the 144,000 and the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, which we are fighting to be a part of. I'm the brother Chabar Yakar.
I'm the brother Benaim.
And we're just a couple of disciples out of Great Millstone, Atlanta, and we're going to do this quick and edifying lesson, Lord willing.
Mm-hmm.
But the title is going to be Neglect Not the Gift. It's like a neglect not the gift, and it comes from 1 Timothy 4:14, which I'm going to get it real quick.
Yep.
All right, it says, neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy,
Right.
with the laying on the hands of the presbytery.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is pretty much an admonishment, for all of us, for ourselves. This is for us too, before the audience is for us first, And we have a gift at Yahweh, which is the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Bahashem, which is in the name, Yahweh Shai, which is the only begotten Son in the ancient Hebrew. We have a gift that was given to us by Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is this truth, right? Faith, okay, the spirit of prophecy.
Yep.
Which what does prophecy mean? It means to say before.
Right.
We're speaking of things that haven't, happened yet. Like the MOTB, all right? That device that they're going to try to make mandatory to put in your right hand and your forehead. Okay. Also, World War III, which is already happening, but it's only increasing. It's going to get to the point of a nuclear war.
Right.
And that's prophecy because it hasn't happened yet.
Right.
And we're telling you these things, and I'm saying all that to say that's a gift that not everyone was given. You got a precept.
I was ready to put it up. I'm gonna get right to the point though. I'm referring to 1 Corinthians chapter 12. even in the subheading it reads concerning spiritual gifts, because something that we all have to know and understand. Those of us who are of the hope of the elect, the power that we serve. He's not dealing with, like me and the brother was talking about. On the way to camp, he's not dealing with everybody on the earth. To the hope of the elect, he's distributed us each a lot, a portion, and a gift. You see, all right. But let me get right to the point, brother, and I'll get it right back to you. And it reads, there are different kinds of gifts, but the same spiritual distribution. But the same Spirit distributes them. There are different kinds of services, but the same Lord. There are different kinds of work, but in all of them and in every one is the same power at work. You see, and as the brother touched on, brothers got gifts to prophesy, brothers got gifts to go into the herbs, brothers got gifts to break down dreams.
Yep.
No, go ahead, brother, you got it.
Right, but brothers got a spirit to encourage other brothers.
Yes.
Certain brothers got like an upbeat spirit.
Right.
You might be feeling low, but then you're around him, and you get charged up.
Yep.
These are all different gifts, but ultimately we all have a gift in this truth.
Yes.
Belief in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Yes.
All right, understanding the truth. The majority of people on earth, they can't get what we get.
Right.
They can't see what we see. That's why Yahweh Shai said, blessed are your eyes for they see, and your ears for they hear.
Yep.
He's speaking to us, Lord willing, we're his men.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to continue on. I'm going to read that again. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, because it was prophesied that we would get the breath of life.
Right.
The valley of dry bones. That's a prophecy.
Yep.
That the Israelites would wake up, which are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and also Israelite foreigners, would wake up in these last days and understand that they're Israelites and understand the truth.
Yep.
That's a prophecy. It says, with the laying of the hands of the presbytery, which is the elders. That's why we give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone.
Right.
Verse 15, meditate on these things, give thyself wholly to them,
Yep.
that thy profiting may appear to all.
Yep.
And pretty soon the whole world's going to see, the whole world's going to see the profit of, having the truth. They're going to see the benefits of having faith.
Right.
All these people who scoffed against us, they're going to be the same ones that see us with full bellies in that day,
Right.
while they're starving,
Right.
while they're dehydrated.
Right.
All right, we're going to be drinking. He said, my servant shall eat,
Yep.
but ye shall be hungry. My servant shall eat, but ye should be thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to see our profiting is going to appear before everyone.
Yep.
And ultimately it's going to translate into having an immortal body,
Yep.
a superhuman immortal body. That's what we're fighting for.
Yeah.
We're tired of this sick, weak body that we're in, man.
Hell yeah.
The subject to sin, the subject to, doubt. All right. Every day is a mental battle.
Hell yeah.
But pretty soon in the kingdom, we're not going to have to battle in the mind anymore. We're going to be all right,
Mm-hmm.
You got anything?
Yeah, if I want to add to y'all, roughly paraphrase it. In the Psalms it reads, I will prepare a table before your enemies. Look, 144 right there.
Call out Yahweh Bashim outside. Confirmation.
Yeah, that's confirmation, brother. Beautiful. And right now, the table that he's preparing for us is this truth. You see? And we have the truth. All right? Starting with our beloved elder apostles on down, man, to us disciples, man. All right?
We have the truth.
We have the truth, man. It's the Lord said in the day of adversity and calamity and family, my servants are going to eat, man.
Right.
Go ahead, brother. You got it.
Next scripture, Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 39:1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof. That's why in the last scripture it said, meditate on these things. You're giving your mind to it. It says, it is occupied in the meditation thereof. Will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. And that's what we're doing. We're going into the scriptures. That's how you're occupied in prophecies. That's how you're seeking out the wisdom of the ancients. And like I think it's a scripture in Psalms. It says something like I'm wiser than my teachers. Because technically all the prophets, they're our teachers as well. And we're wiser because we see it clearer than what they saw it. But guess what? If we're those men, we are those prophets back. But they couldn't see what we see right now. All right, you got anything?
As the scripture states, we have a more assured word of prophecy, man.
Yeah.
I'm still tripping off their license plate right there. You notice it says Saul 144. You see that? You see that? Yeah, man. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, we saw it.
Yeah.
The scripture says, make the vision plain upon tables. We saw it, and we understood it, So, let me see. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, which is all our forefathers, the prophets, which were only Israelites. There was no other nation that was a prophet. It says, Salakia, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. Right? Because these people in the world, it's a parable unto them. They can't get it. So I'm going to end off with this real quick. Ephesians 2:8. We're about to pull up to camp. All right. Ephesians 2:8. It says, for by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourself, it is the gift of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
This got to do. All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, people got demons on them.
Yeah.
But I'm going to read it again. For by grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of the Most High. And there's a lot of Jakes who think they can make it by themselves, by keeping the laws, by doing things, doing works. But you have to have faith as well, And if you have faith, you're gonna have obedience.
That's right, brother.
Because why would you be obedient to someone if you didn't believe in them?
Right.
Exactly. So ultimately, all of this is a gift. So neglect not the gift that is in thee. If you know this truth, if you have faith in it, if you truly believe, man, do videos, man. Go out to your camp if you aren't already.
Right.
Just keep on seeking out this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and keep seeking Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But you got any closing comments?
No, that's it, brother. You got it.
But Lord, when this lesson was edifying, once again, giving our praises to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Chakodash. Shalom.
Shalom.